Hi, hi soldier, how you doing? I'm just trying to fix the audio.
I don't even know what she said, cause she foreign. Yeah, she foreign. And she got it done. Like the way she formed. And she gon' perform it. Look the same in morning. She don't stop, keep going. I don't
I
even know
think
what
this
she
play.
said, but this what I hear in my head.
Don't put the board on the position on the board.
Okay, I really do get I'm making a day. What they making a life. Is it cause that I'm paid? You tryna stay the night. You keep rubbing all on my face. Make me feel I'm your type. I guess that we on the same page. Cause I'm just tryna shy. I really do get I'm making a day. What they making a life. Is it cause that I'm paid? You tryna stay the night. You keep rubbing all on my face. Make me feel I'm your type. I guess that we on the same page. Cause I'm just tryna shy. Whoa.
Hi, meme. Yeah, so what's happening here? It's white to move. What is happening here? So there's a fork here, but the queen's in the way. So what can move? You can't even sack the queen because it just queen takes. If even rook takes doesn't work because you don't queen enough material. Hmm. Interesting. Could it be bishop b2 followed by knight? Yeah, it doesn't seem unlikely. The quiet bishop e2, knight d4. What's up, Chad? How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing some puzzles, but I'm putting it on my board, so just trying to figure it out as well. King g6, king g6, maybe knight g6, rook takes, bishop e2, and then somehow my arrow's not working, but knight g6, bishop e2, it's knight d4. Then if king e4, there's probably c5. Something like that. Because I'm thinking now the immediate bishop e2 is knight d4, king, yeah. Doesn't work because of c5. Just doesn't work. Hmm.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Look, we've come too far to give up.
Yo, bro, put all that work into Google Translate. Crazy. Now I have to sign in just to get this guy out of the chat. So much effort. Hey, I have put so much effort in just to get this guy out. Crazy. 96. Rook takes was like maybe good. Usually 294. And comes a check as well, which doesn't help us. So it's not a simple position. It's not simple by all means. What does this guy say? I don't understand. I forgot. Shame. Poor thing. Yeah, it's not easy to say. Whoa! It's a queen sacrifice. Where is the queen sacrifice? Queen e8. If queen takes, can't even play knight e6. Rook takes. Block of the rook. Ah, can't even do that. Can't see the whole board. Okay. I have to make a few things smaller. Okay, I'll do this bigger. And then should be a bit bigger. Okay. I just had to use my phone quickly to put this guy on timeout. He's not behaving. He clearly hasn't learned any manners. Poor thing. Okay, so what can the solution be? Man, I really want to play bishop e2, but knight d4, king e4. Difficult to say. Very difficult to say. So it doesn't help that the king and the queen on the same file. Because knight g6, rook g6, we achieve nothing. Or did you? Why am I so blind? Bishop e2 and then knight e4 check. And the problem is you can capture, but there's no mate. There's just no mate. What's on b8 and c and a8? Yeah, there's nothing on b8. Zero gonna hit. What the papa? Maybe it's bishop e2, knight e4, but I can't even. Can I even do this? Can I go? Can I go king f4 c5? Doesn't do anything though. Doesn't do a single thing because I'm thinking rook f5. You sack the queen. Knight g6 is checkmate. But doesn't matter. What can it be though? I really like bishop e2, but it doesn't do anything. I don't know why my interface is so laggy. Bishop e2, knight e4, king e4, c5. Just doesn't work. I'm thinking knight g6, which I analyzed previously. Rook g6, bishop e2, knight here. If I go king e4, the c5 again. You don't make my life easier if 96 pawn takes, then it's winning. I think. Yeah, maybe no. Not even winning. Bishop e2. Check, knight sack. Play queen take. Queen f6. You can't play queen f6 because the queen's on the same diagonal. Yeah. Not so simple. Not so simple at all. It says why to move win material to win the puzzle. All the misery, everybody wants to be like me. Smile sympathy, everybody wants to be like me. My enemy, me, me, me.
Your words up on the wall as you're praying for my phone, and the laughter in the halls, and the names that I've been called. I stack it in my mind, and I'm waiting for
So I'm trying to make bishop e2 work, but I'm just not making it work. I'm just not making it work. I don't know why I can't make it work. I don't know why it took me so long. It's literally one move. Bishop e2, the knight has to. It's bishop e2. Like, what am I missing? If they play knight d4, okay, I'm a bit shaky with the mouse, but takes, just takes. And this queen f6, rook moves. And now here's the fun part. The fun part is it's knight f7, king g8, knight h6, and that's mate. But we're not going for mate. That's the problem. So I might have missed something. Blocks. Knight here. King there. Here. Here. And we win the queen. Look at that. We win the queen. Bishop e2. Knight d4. Bishop takes d4. Ish, I can't even use my mouse today. Bishop e2. Knight d4 takes. Queen takes. I have to use different colors. Takes. And then queen f6. The rook has to block. Knight f7, king g8. Now keep in mind, once we play knight f7 check, the queen is now under attack. We pick up the queen, but we don't take it immediately. Or can we take it immediately? Because I have knight h6, king h8, and then I go back. I take the queen. And I don't see the need to capture. To move the knight away. But I think the puzzle will end before that. Bishop e2 takes, queen of 6. It will end before that, yeah. Because there's options, and Chess.com normally ends the puzzles when there's an option. Who's that? Oh, that. Because like rook g7, knight f7, king j8, knight h6, king h8, then you pick up the queen. I'm so slow. Come on. What was the original position? So bishop e2, knight has to block. It's basically throwing the piece away, but it's also putting the queen on a better square. After queen takes, queen f6. Now, since the queen is no longer on d8, you can move the queen to f6, and since the knight is still on e5, the queen is no longer under attack once it moves to f6. The rook has to block. Knight f7 check, king g8. And now you have two options. You can either pick up the queen now, or you can play the nice knight h6 intermezzo. King h8, then you maintain the pin, the rook on g7. They can give you a check, but this check it does absolutely nothing. In fact, if you wanna be like cool, you can play bishop f7. Look at that. Look at this, bishop f7. So bishop e2 is the move. Okay, first, but I captured bishop e2, knight d4 takes, queen takes, queen f6, rook g7, knight f7, king j8, knight h6, king moves back here, and then if they move the rook here, this bishop f7, which is the most unnecessary move, but it looks so cool because it paralyzes the position, at least the rook for now. you bring your king. You can't even bring your king in yet, but it's such a cool position because you're basically just gonna play chess. If you want to be funny, you play queen f6 and you bring the queen all the way to east, the king all the way to e7. Some of the king gets to e7. Very fun. Next puzzle. Yeah, that was a nice one. That was a nice puzzle. Let's have white. I'm gonna set it up on my board, and then I'll solve it. Okay, that should be the position. And then, what is black threatening? I don't see the rook. The rook's under attack, but don't see anything else. White to move. Don't leave your game up to luck. There's only one good way forward. Okay, I didn't set the board up properly, so I was like, okay. So this is the position. Material count. What's the material count? Up a pawn? Up a pawn, down a piece. So 2 pawns. I mean, 1 pawn for knight. So we're attacking in this position. Okay. The first move I would play is probably bishop takes e4, taking the knight off the board. It's quite dangerous. After pawn takes, then this is interesting. I'll be back. I'll be back. You get me that feeling. You get me that feeling. Can I take, which is the funny part, can I take? Queen is forced, king can take also. Okay. This is interesting, very interesting. Because if rook takes rook, let's say queen takes, then I do have a few checks after takes, queen f6, queen g7, but the checks are meaningless. I need to actually do something in position. I can't really trade off. So I'm thinking, if takes, queen takes, takes, queen f6, queen g7 doesn't do anything. But if king takes, still doesn't do anything. So somehow I need to have this rook on the board. I feel like it's doing a good job cutting the king off from escaping, but the king's kind of, it has shelter, but the roof is leaking. So it's not easy to say if it's really, is black queen on d8? Yes, black queen is on d8. I don't think I'm trying to make the screen a bit bigger, but if I make it bigger, everything else has to go smaller. So yeah, that's the only problem. And then I wanted to add a background because I've been streaming now for a year and I just never added the background. At least I have it for next time. Can't A8 edit very well because of the channel info. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, how do I make this bigger? Can make the text in the a little smaller. Hi, Darren. See if I can make this a little smaller. Okay, that should be but bigger, slightly bigger. I hope it's not cut off on top. Okay. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Can't I play F3? Can't I just play F3 here? Because if knight takes, there's checkmate. Queen takes F3, and if rook takes, can't I just capture back? Now there is Queen of 6, which is unfortunate. In the F3, Queen of 6. Okay, cool. Goes on this snow, that will be freezing you. My overall seasons will come. Okay. This is not easy. This is not an easy one. But it's an interesting one. Can I play knight f5, queen f6, takes the bishop, nice sacrifice, rook h3, king g6, doesn't do anything. I was thinking about playing knight f4, 5, queen f6, and takes, but it's a fancy sacrifice, it doesn't work. I do have, what if rook h3 with the intention of knight g6 check? Pawn takes, rook takes, doesn't matter, then there's queen h7. And the question is, how do you stop it? How do you stop rook h3? Ooh. Queen g5. Rook h3, queen g5. Interesting. First thing comes to mind is rook takes here. Yeah. I just don't know what to do after that though. Rook g8, but what's the continuation? I'm thinking rook h3, queen g5. So what if I sack the queen with bishop takes? Doesn't work because just queen takes. What if I play knight g6 here, queen takes, and then Bishop takes, but then just pawn takes, as simple as it. Let's go back. This is the position. He's doing well. Okay. This will be my last puzzle. I'm way too tired. Way too tired. Okay, I think it doesn't work well. Yeah, this rook takes doesn't work well. I'm gonna turn the music off because I need to concentrate. Rook g8. Rook takes g8. I'm assuming bishop takes knight. Queen f6. I don't follow. I don't follow. Yeah, but I'm gonna call it tonight. I'm gonna go sleep. I'll end on indefinite. I'll end on an indefinite for now. But I have to go sleep. Yeah, it was a short, very short sleep. But it's fine. It was a nice challenge, but I'll take the loss. I'll take the loss. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. I'm seeing things. I'm seeing things here. Okay. So then thank you everyone for joining the stream tonight or this morning. And then uh, I can join your Discord another time. Bishop takes e4. Yeah, but then there's Queen G7. But I'll think about it and then I'll see if I can remember it the next time I stream. But yeah, good night, guys.